Okay, we go for it again. Now we are going through expansion and simplification. Okay, so yeah, it's part of algebra. So we let's see how it goes. I'm going to quickly show you where it is. Um, Here it is in E 2.2. Remember, we're going through extended. It's, unit 2. The second thing. The first thing was rearranging the formula, right? Good. And then now we are going through expansion. So here it says use there's manipulate directed numbers. That's another thing. Here it's saying okay, use brackets and extract common factors. That's another thing. I want us to focus on this third point. Expand products of algebraic expressions. Again, what is an expression? If you look from the definition of algebra, which we did, an expression is something that has no sign, right? No equal sign, no inequality sign. We call it an expression. So I want you to see this. We are expanding 3 different types of expressions. The first one, we have one bracket. That's expand, and then they give you an example. Then the second one, when they say expand, we have 2 brackets. And then here they're saying include products of more than 2 brackets, where you have 3 brackets. So we're going to go through one with one bracket, 2 brackets, and 3 brackets, and we will be expanding and we'll see the solution. So in this one, we will know how to simplify and how to expand one bracket. And then in the next one, we go through the 2 bracket expansion. Then obviously we'll end at 3 bracket expansion. So let's go through it. Here we go. Expansion. What is it about? Well, when we are expanding, we have to always remember the distributive law. What does the distributive law say? It is about distributing a number or something that is outside a bracket. And it says that a term that is just outside a bracket multiplies each of the terms inside the bracket. Okay? A term that is just outside will multiply each of the terms inside the bracket. Okay, one that is just outside. Make sure you remember it said one that is just outside. What about so that's for expansion. That's what you have to remember all the time, and I'm going to be reminding you as we do it. Okay? What about on simplification? What is this? What is to simplify? Is to combine and leave it in the should we say simplest form? Yeah, that's why it says simplification, to simplify, right? What are the rules? Well, here we say like terms can be added or subtracted. What it simply means is something with an x will be added or subtracted to something that has an x only again. Something with x to the power of 2 will be added or subtracted to something that also has x to the power of 2. Something with a y will also be added or subtracted to something with a y. But they must not be mixed. Never ever try to mix the 2 together. Okay, like an x with an x squared, don't mix them. Things that are different. X's add x's. Y's add y's. That's what it means. Okay, it's like I say, what is 5 apples plus 4 bananas? Well, you can't tell me 9. I would say 9 what? You'd say 9 apples and bananas. That's wrong again. So 5 apples plus 4 bananas is equal to 5 apples and 4 bananas. So it's 5 apples plus 4 bananas. Okay? You don't combine them together and give you 9. All right? So x's add x's, y's add y's, x squareds add x squareds. Right? So let's go through simplification first, and we'll look at expansion. Here's simplification. Number 1, we're going through about 18 questions on simplifying and expanding things that have one bracket. Sure. Let's go to number 1. Simplify as far as possible. You have 5x plus 2y plus 3y. What is this equal to? It's an expression, right? We now put our equal sign. It is equal to anything with an x. No, it's only 5x, so it comes down alone. Then we have 2y plus 3y. When we're simplifying, if we have things with the same letter, we only look at the coefficients. Those are the ones we work with. So what are the coefficients? Positive 2 and positive 3. Adding, right? So you're going to say 2 plus 3, you get 5. So it'll be plus 5. 5 what? 5 y's, because both of them have y's. Let's go to number 2. 5x plus 2y minus 3x plus y. What is this equal to? Well, First thing we do when we're simplifying is to try and group like terms. So I'm going to say 5x, and then I'm going to take this negative 3x. I put it close to 5x, so it's going to be minus 3x. Remember, it's a minus 3x. Okay? We're no longer in primary school. We're in high school. We have negative numbers now. And how do you see a negative number? You look at the sign in front of him. This 3x is a negative 3x. So wherever it goes, as long as we keep it on the same side, that means it's going to remain as negative 3x. So we are now putting it next to 5, and then we say plus 2y, and then plus y. What is this going to be equal to? 5x minus 3x is 2x. Because you're going to work with the coefficients. You just say 5 minus 3. You get 2. 2 of what? Of x's. And then plus 2y plus y is like 2 plus 1 is 3. So 3 y's. Done. Done. Okay. Now we go through question number 3. Question number 3. 4x minus 3y plus 7y. What are we going to do? Well, 4x, there's nothing else with an x. It comes as it is. Negative 3y plus 7y is the same as saying plus 7y, then minus 3y. Okay, we're just rewriting it, the order, but it's the same thing. So when I get the answer, I would say 4x is alone. Then 7y minus 3y, I'll say, punch in the calculator if you want. 7 minus 3, I'll get positive 4. So it'll be plus 4. Of what? Of y. So plus 4y. Done. Number 4, we'll be moving as fast as we can. 7 minus 2x minus 3x minus 3. Well, I can group like terms. 7 minus 3, then minus 2x, then minus 3x. Okay? Because it's a negative 3, if I put it close to 7, it will remain as a negative 3. Remember that. We have minus 2x, and then we have minus 3x. 7 minus 3 is 4. Minus 2x minus 3x, I put in the calculator minus 2 minus 3, I must get minus 5. Of what? Of x. So it'll be 4 minus 5x. Number 5. 3x plus 2y minus 4x minus x squared. What is this equal to? Well, I'll group like terms. 3x minus 4x plus 2y minus x squared, right? What is this equal to? 3x minus 4x, I'll work with the numbers, right? 3 minus 4, it is negative 1. Of what? Of x, which I'll just write as a negative x. Then anything for y? No, plus 2y. Anything for x squared? No, minus x squared, right? So if I want to rewrite, I could start with the positive things. I always like starting with positive numbers. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to say I start with 2y, then I say minus x squared, then minus x. Okay, I'll start with x squared just to respect it, but it's nothing. Then I go to number 6. Y squared plus 2y squared minus 4y squared plus 2y. Oh, wow. The like terms are already next to one another. Y squareds, all the y squareds are next to one another. So I'm just going to work with the numbers. There's 1 here, plus 2, that's 3. And then minus 4 is becoming minus 1. Of what? Of y squared. So minus y squared plus 2y. Done. We go to number 7. 5 over x plus y plus 2 over x minus 3y. What are we going to get? So this is equal to, I group like terms again, y minus 3y plus 5 over x plus 2 over x. What is this equal to? Y minus 3y is like saying 1 minus 3, you get negative 2 of what? Of y. Then plus 5 over x plus 2 over x. Since they are both over x, my answer will be over x. 5 plus 2 will be 7, so it will be plus 7 over x. You're done. Number 8, x over 4 minus x over 3 minus x over 2 plus x over 3. What is this equal to? Let me start by grouping like terms. Of course, I can add them because they're all x's, but I just want them to have one denominator so that I can add. They have to have one denominator. So x over 4, I'm grouping like terms. So let's say x over 4, then I say minus x over 2. Then I put the x over 3's next to one another. Minus x over 3, and then plus x over 3. So if I say minus x over 3 plus x over 3, I get 0. So I'm just going to have x over 4 minus x over 2, which my common denominator would be 4. 4 into 4 is 1, so I'm going to get x. Then minus 2 into 4 is 2 times x is 2x, so minus 2x. I'm going to say x minus 2x, or 1 minus 2, I get negative 1, which is just negative x over 4. Okay? So it is equal to negative of x over 4. Done. Well, almost done. Let's keep going. Number 9, we have 3x squared minus 4y squared, o squared minus 4x squared. So I'm just going to expand this first. I'm going to get 3xo squared. We've gone through it in indices. 3 squared is going to be 9, and then x will be x squared again. We distribute. Then minus 4 squared is 16, then y squared is y squared, then minus 4 squared is 16, then x squared is x squared. So it's going to be 9x squared minus 16x squared minus 16y squared. What am I going to get here? 9 minus 16. I'll put that in the calculator. Say 9 minus 15 minus 16. I must get negative 7 of what? Of x squared, then minus 16y squared. Done. Number 10. Let's see how it goes. 3x minus 6x squared minus 2x all squared. What is this equal to? 3x minus 6x squared minus 2 squared is 4, and x squared becomes x squared. What is this equal to? 3x and then minus 6x squared minus 4x squared. Since they are like terms, I'll just work with the numbers in front. Minus 6 minus 4 becomes minus 10 of what? Of x squared. And that's it. Okay, that's it on simplification. Let's try to look at expansion in the next video. Bye for now.